Okay, now it says I'm live. I don't know if it's picking up my microphone. Live chat. See if, wait for some more people to get in here. Okay, Me6 is sending out an alert. I don't know what microphone this is using now. What's up, weird kid? Can you hear me okay? Because I'm not sure how my microphone's working, because YouTube didn't ask me what microphone I was using. Because I have lots of microphones connected to my computer. I have three to be exact. Hey, Keeban, what's up, Slomensky? How you been, man? I haven't talked to you in a while. Man, this YouTube, they changed everything the way they did their streamings. I'm definitely gonna have to. Yes, perfect. Thank you. What's up, Dragon? How you been, man? Thank you. Appreciate it. I really do. Thank you. Everybody, B, you said you can hear me quite okay. That's good. I'm just checking out some of the settings. Hold on. I want to make sure I got everything right. I think I just kind of threw a random title up to make sure and kind of, I guess, to get on here to say hello to everybody. Swan, it's definitely using a different mic than earlier. So, but yes, you can hear me. Can you hear me well? As I just want to make sure you can hear me well. Actually, I have AC on right now, so it might be intruding a little bit. You guys can probably hear the microphone or the Spider Web Ninja SWN. I don't know. Swan is what came to mind. Spider, how you been, Spider? Glad you can join me today. Got some. I want to talk about some very interesting things today. I will say that I'm gonna go over basically my experience over. We'll just say the last year. My experience. What I see. I'm sorry, I'm not looking at the camera, you guys. I'm looking at the computer because I'm trying to fix some of these settings real quick. The title and all that jazz. I had it all set up, and then because the last way I was streaming didn't work, and I had to redo it. Now it's asking me to redo everything again. So just bear with me for just a moment. I am paying attention to chat. So how you guys been, man? I haven't talked to a lot of people on YouTube in quite some time. Do I use Java or Bedrock? I have both. I use primarily Bedrock, though. I don't even remember the last time I opened up Java, so if that answers your question. Let's see. Here we go. So that one, we'll stick with that thumbnail. I don't mind, not one bit. Playlist. I don't know what playlist to put this in. Done. We'll just leave it like that. Title. I don't remember what title I had for it. I like the title that I had. Sorry, I appreciate you guys bearing with me for just one moment. But yes, I would love to get some introductions, love to get some welcomes, like how everybody has been doing. I'm quite not looking at chat because I'm actually looking at YouTube, so just give me 1 second. And I'll be looking at chat here in a moment. The whole point is to ask me anything, but to ask me anything on after I make my statement. I have a statement to make. Nothing bad, just kind of my experience. Public restrictions, none. People, blogs, playlists, none. Okay, I think it's all good. Tags, I'm not worried about tags. Once I start making YouTube content again, which I have plans for that, maybe I'll talk about that if I have enough time. Are you modding me? Yes, Mike. Give me 1 second. That's actually another thing that we need to do. I think I can do that from here. From the actual screen, add moderator. Boom. That's like the easy. I love the way the moderating system is, because if you're in chat, all I have to do is click your name and boom, you're a mod. It's nice. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it for the reminder. Okay, so hey, Cuban. Yes, perfect. Happy birthday, Cuban. Thanks. Dragon, much appreciated. B Silver says howdy. Spider Sebs, it's definitely using a different mic than earlier. Well, I'm glad it's good. Maybe, I hope. You sound better on here than Twitch. Okay, well, hey, as long as it sounds better, to some extent. I'm actually kind of, I do have a YouTube channel. I think Raccoon said it in Discord. Hey, I think Cuban wants everybody to remember that he has a YouTube channel. Yes, by all means, Raccoon. The answer to that is yes. Let's see. Spider says you sound better. Do you use Java or Bedrock? Same, both. Are you forgetting to do something, says Mike. We miss you on Truly Bedrock, says Slomensky. Man, I do miss it. I do miss it for all the intended purposes, but you know what? Everything happens for a reason. My life has led me, I think, to some different ideas, and I'm gonna share them with you. So just be patient, okay? I'm just trying to make sure I got everything set up right. Like Mike keeps saying, did you forget anything? Because everybody knows I forget everything. Not everything, but I forget things. Okay, so that's so much faster. Hoot owl. What? I like that. Snowy horned owl, how are you doing? Appreciate you coming by to say hello. Snowy. I was just noticing my TV that you have. Yes, Mom, yes. So I've been away literally from my channel, everybody. All right, so here we go. We're going to kind of get things going here. I'm not going to ignore chat to its full validity, but I kind of am. So if you guys ask me a question and I don't answer, hold your questions until after I'm done speaking, because I don't know how to turn chat off on YouTube yet. Okay, so I've kind of got a list of things I want to go through to kind of maybe keep me on track with what I'm trying to say. Trying to maybe get a little bit comfortable, because we're just here hanging out. This is the whole point of the stream, is here hang out with the community that I've built. I mean, I got 3.8 thousand subscribers. As little as that is, that's pretty amazing if you ask me, because I've been gone for a year and it went from under 3,000 to now way over 3,000, almost 4,000 subscribers. And everybody that's subscribed to my channel, all I can say is thank you so much, because it's amazing. It's truly is amazing. And I man, life, it's crazy. This whole last year, I think it's been crazy for everybody. Coronavirus. That's why I kind of got, you guys can't hear it. I can hear it, because I was trying to set it up to where you guys can hear the background music. It's kind of like some somber background music. I apologize that you guys probably can't hear it. You probably hear more wind noises than anything. Let's see. So I'm trying to pull up some notes. Give me just one moment. Man, technology. Hold on. Okay, so as you guys know, today's my birthday. Today is a very special day, okay? So for me, I've been in a great mood in the last few weeks. It's been a tough year, it really has. Basically, where we're going to start is I'm going to try and explain things for everybody on the stream right now. The way things have happened with me in the last year, I've had to be very articulate, or kind of very proper in what it is that I'm trying to say, because I've literally lost my mind over the last year. I would say I've lost my mind at least 3 times. Literally went completely crazy. And that's just crazy on its own. Anybody who has ever lost their mind would agree with me. That's not somewhere you would want to be in life. It's just not. Part of my reasons have been because of my back, and of course the experience that I was traveling on. So basically, like I said, I'm going to try and explain things. Hopefully I can explain everything without offending anybody, because it's been a tough year, and I'm not trying to be offensive in any means. And if I say anything offensive, I do apologize. That's not my intent. And hopefully everybody can understand my point, because the way my mind operates and the way I kind of think of things, I make things really complicated before I can simplify them. So hopefully everybody can stay along with me. I do appreciate it. Was noticing, raise his hand. Mike said, Dragon, you raise your hand. Real quick, before I continue going on this road, I guess I can ask you, you can ask a question. I will allow you to ask a question, because you raised your hand. I appreciate that. I can mess with TNC's stream more on Twitch than on here. Well, that's because I haven't gone through all the things to see and make sure you have all the permissions, just so you know. Just so you know, Dragon, I'm going to cut you off soon if you don't ask quick. You sound fine, says my mom. Okay, keep up the good work. Oh, that's all you wanted to say? Happy birthday from the Tennessee family, man. Appreciate it. All right, now at this point, no more chat. I'm actually going to... Can I actually move that window away from my view? Yes, I can. All right, so I'm moving chat away from my view. Again, like I said, I'm not trying to ignore anybody by any means. Mike, if you just, like I said, make sure if anybody has any questions, maybe you can reiterate that I'm not paying attention to chat currently right now. So it's so I can stay on topic, because with my ADHD, it can be very complicated. All right. You guys I already kind of made my statement that I'm going to be talking to about some things. It's going to be kind of a long explanation, and hopefully I can get to my point without any issues. I do have to pick up my son at some time, so it's not like we're going to go forever. One of the, over the last year, I've said this a couple of times, over the last year, we've gone through a lot of difficulties as a country in the United States of America and around the world, as a matter of fact. Because, I mean, Mike, you've had lots of issues, I'm sure, in Europe. I mean, every country's having, their own issues. But for me and my personal issue is kind of why I've been away from YouTube for literally, I think it's been a year exactly, a little over a year by a few days today that I've had a video on YouTube. And, I think it was time to set that reminder, kind of like what Raccoon had said in my Discord. If you guys are curious about my Discord, Mike, if you could throw a link in there, if anybody's curious to join and know a little bit more about me. So over the last year, I messed up my back. It got to a point that about a year ago on my birthday, I would say that was an interesting birthday because I was going through a tough time. My back, it wasn't allowing me to do a lot of my day-to-day routines. It's really difficult for a person to literally have to change their way of life because they are in extreme amounts of pain. Because I was, and I was in lots of pain for many months. It literally drove me insane because you as a person, your mental stability has a lot to do with your physical capabilities or lack thereof. And because my body was in so much pain, a lot of things were restricted where simple things as in eating, like it's a basic need that a human has is to eat, was just extremely difficult to a level that is really difficult to explain, but we'll just leave it at that. It's a very, very difficult level. So once I had gotten to this point, I literally was starting to lose my mind, and I didn't realize it. And I think it has a lot to do with the medication that I was taking too, on top of pain and on top of my lifestyle. There's a lot of things that kind of add to you losing your mind. Anyways, so as time had progressed, months had started coming down. It was about 6 months. It was August 25th is when I finally was able to get my back surgery to take a lot of my pains away. Like a lot of me has changed actually because of it. My whole body, a lot of things have changed in my entire body because of this single surgery. And even though it wasn't a major surgery, like I was going to die without it, essentially, I wasn't going to die without the surgery. It was just I wasn't going to have a very good way of life. And with the surgery, it's not only fixed the problems that I was having, but it actually improved a lot of the issues that I was having previous to it, which has been just a godsend. Like, I appreciate it. It's taken a lot of weight off my shoulders, if that makes any sense. And even after I had gotten my surgery, there were some difficulties because your body's got to recover from being poked and prodded and pulled and twisted, because I was under anesthesia. It's not like I knew it was happening during surgery. Your body does, but your mind doesn't, in a sense. And so your body's like traumatized, your body itself, and it's trying to heal from this traumatization. A lot of what makes you who you are as a human being is your emotions. Your emotions are kind of part of your biological network, if that makes any sense. Hopefully that makes some sense to you guys. So I've had a really tough time with my personal emotions because with the medications, with the pain, with the traumatizing experience between myself mentally and physically, it was like, I was losing it. And I lost it more than once. Again, like I said, I lost it before I had surgery more than twice. I know you guys may or might not know this. After my surgery, a lot of people saw me on Twitch live streaming, and I had a little bit of an emotional breakdown on live Twitch. I'm not ashamed of it. That's who I am. And it was very valid for me to feel the way I was because, I went through a lot of traumatic experience, essentially, mind and body. So anyways, after my surgery, I did a couple of lives trying to bring myself back to some normalcy, but just wasn't quite there, mentally and physically. It's one of the reasons why I've been away even on Discord, whereas some of you guys know, Mike, I see Centranet. Hello, Centranet. Sorry, I'm not ignoring chat. Just to let you know, I'm not ignoring chat. I am intentionally right now. So anyways, stay on focus, stay on topic. Everybody knows how I can get lost whenever I've done any kind of live stream. So after everything and as my body's been recovering, one person, and I really appreciate it, I don't know if she's here in stream right now, but Alice's mom. Some of you guys know who she is. I had ended up talking to her on a private message, and she had said something to me, and it made a lot of sense. She said, you personally have been going through a traumatic experience, and because of that, you are basically being reborn into the world. Now, I kind of looked at it at its face value, which means I kind of just looked at it immensely and said, that makes sense, right? I'm being reborn. But I didn't really look at the details as to how, why, what, right? Like, what did she really mean by that? I took it for my own definition, but I didn't understand what she meant by that. And maybe she took it as the definition that she told me, but I took it a little different. Not in a bad way, not negative in any kind of means. But I kind of took it as, I got to relearn how to do your basic necessities in life. When you're a child, when you're a baby, you learn how to talk, you learn how to walk, you learn how to, as you're growing up, you learn how to move your hands, you learn how to grab things, you learn how to learn, if you will, right? So all this kind of makes sense as you're growing up and as a baby. And really, when Alice's mom told me this, I didn't realize how much in a line she was correct within that whole statement, as I was literally rebuilding myself personally, mentally, physically, from the ground up, as if I was a baby growing up. As crazy as that sounds, it's literally what was happening. And I didn't realize it at first until, honestly, I would say probably fairly recently. And this is why I say I'm actually happy, because recently I've been thinking I'm crazy, I've been going crazy again because of the way I've been viewing it. And I'm like, okay, maybe I'm not crazy. This is just normal. And it is. And I found out I was normal because I don't want to be crazy again. I've been there once, been there twice, been there 3 times. I don't want to go there again. At least 3 times I can remember. Now, over the last year, because of all my experience, I have literally been lost. Like, I had no idea what was going on around me in this world. The coronavirus was a crazy thing. But the pandemic wasn't the only thing that has been happening in the world around us, in the United States, and even other countries. A lot has happened, and I had no idea what was really going on because I was dealing with my own personal, mental, physical issues. And I'm sure you guys can probably follow, and that makes some sense. Hopefully, I haven't lost anybody so far. But I started to realize, because I was being rebirthed and because I started learning things again, not just within myself, but even in the world around me, I realized that everybody should know this, or at least most people that know me at least a little bit know that I do love to talk. That's me. I'm a very verbal person. And what I actually realized is that I don't use just English language to communicate. I actually use body language to communicate. It's kind of why I have this set up right now. It's why I wanted this. I wanted you guys to see my hand and body motions, because I have a lot of emotional, an emotional conversation with people, because it's so I don't become offensive in certain things that I say. Anyways, again, this is all part of my process of learning about myself, my new self, if you will. Kind of being reborn, like I stated. Looks like I got some alerts going on Discord. I don't know what it's for, but hey, glad to see that everybody's here. Ultimately, like I said, I've kind of been looking at the world in a new light of basically myself. You kind of view things in a certain way as you grow up in life, and then as I've been becoming more reborn, that's the best way I can kind of maybe define it. I was being reborn. And in my process of being reborn, I've learned new skills, or I learned new things about myself. I learned that basically I use my voice as my own mental thought, because it helps with my ADHD. Kind of helps me kind of keep track of things. Hopefully you guys are still hearing me. If you guys can, I'm sure Mike would be telling me. I have to check and make sure he doesn't. Hey, TNC, you're not listening.
Me and Mike.
Let's see. I'm sorry, this is my phone. I'm kind of going through my notes to stay focused, as my mom said over here, if you guys heard her or not. Anyway, so basically when I started verbalizing my thoughts, and one of the reasons why I started doing that is because, like I said, I thought I was going crazy again, because everything that has happened, literally from this day 1 year ago till now, I've missed a lot of what was happening in the world, and I thought everything that I was looking at in the news was crazy. I thought I was going crazy again. Turns out I'm not, which is a good thing, and why I'm so happy. And I'm actually glad to be doing this on my birthday, the stream. And I will say, B Silver, thank you. You don't know how much you have actually helped me. You actually showed me a window which caused me to actually do the stream. So you showed me a small window. And I'm actually happy about this winter. You don't realize it. You may not realize it. Maybe you do. But you've helped me out a lot. More than you can maybe know. Anyway, so to end kind of things off, like I said, I found that my voice and my body and the way that I speak and the way that I do things, I found that it's a lot more useful to me with my ADHD, and it actually helps me with controlling it, keeping things and keeping myself on track. Of course, also I wrote things down today. Anyway, so that's kind of my story. There's a lot more to it. Believe you me, there's a lot more to my story, but I don't want to sit here. I could sit here and talk for days. Okay, I've been kind of exhausted because I've actually been talking to a lot of people around me. I talked to my mom. You guys know Mama Cuban. I've talked to my dad. Well, not really talked to my dad, but I talked to all three of my sisters. I've talked to my son's mom, and I've talked to a couple of friends that I've met online playing Call of Duty. I don't know if he's watching. If he is, that would be cool, but I doubt he's watching. He usually doesn't watch me on YouTube. But anyways, specifically, as somebody I met while playing Call of Duty Mobile when my back was not allowing me to sit. And the only thing I could do was lay flat on my stomach. And you guys saw, maybe some of you on YouTube saw some of my videos where I created, and I was literally on my stomach because I couldn't move anymore. Like, that was the only position that I could lay and still be able to keep myself sane without being in too much pain. Because no matter what I did, I was in constant pain. But the best way I could keep my sanity was to do what I did, which was laying on my stomach, which that alone is a little crazy. Anyway, so that's kind of where I'm going to end things at. I don't want to go too long. We've been going for about 15 minutes, I would say, because it says the live timer, we're about 21 minutes in. 5 minutes, I was kind of gathering people in and kind of made my statement. So anyways, that's my statement. That is what has been going on in the last year. People who don't know at all what's been going on this entire last year with me is literally that's what's happened. And hopefully I explained myself well enough. So now I'm kind of going to move chat back over to where I can actually talk to you guys. Let me actually restore it. Because essentially that's what this is for. This stream is to communicate with you guys. But I wanted to make sure I could get my point across, but hopefully without sounding crazy or being offensive. Because apparently there's not trying to be rude to anybody. Apparently there's a lot of things that are considered offensive now compared to last year that they weren't. Now they are. It's like, wait a minute, what? Anyways, it's just a new language that I've had to learn. Anyways, Centranet says, love you, buddy. Mike says, TNC, welcome. TNC is reading chats, but he wants to something out there. Yeah, I wanted to say something. I wanted to put something out there. If you guys are trying to maybe catch up as to what it was that I was talking about, rewind, go back. I encourage you to go back. And the questions, ask me any question that you guys might have about any experience. What do I think about this? You guys want to know about my channel? Definitely ask. I'm kind of like leaving chat open right now for you guys to literally ask whatever it is that you want. And I encourage you. I'm not scared to answer any questions, but I really, oh man, everything that's been happening with this pandemic, I really, man, I thought I was losing my mind. I really did. I thought I was losing my mind. And I had to validate that. I know I'm still talking because I want to keep the commentary going, but if you guys ask me a question, I will answer it. I had to validate that I was actually not going crazy. I first started talking to my mom about all kinds of stuff. So many things, and I kept asking her questions. And I would go on YouTube. I would go on the news, and I started doing my own research because I wanted to know what it was for myself. I didn't want to, no offense, but I didn't want to hear it from the horse's mouth. I wanted to hear it from the horse's mouth, not after it's been chewed up, swallowed, and digested, and then now out of the horse. Hopefully some people understand that analogy. I wanted to hear the information in its rawest form and not after somebody has kind of maybe put their own opinions on it. I have welcome to most, says my mom. Centranet says, love you, appreciate it. I lost my mind years ago, says Mike. No, I mean, in the most literal sense. Like, if you, like, again, I'm not trying to be offensive to anybody, but if you, I went to the mental ward. A lot of you might not even know that because I didn't tell a lot of people. I went to the mental ward. I was in a mental hospital, and that was really hard. But it made things obvious. Like, it was like after I've kind of gotten better now, it was something that I realized was very necessary because I wasn't listening to any reason from anybody. Like, anything that anybody said just didn't make sense to me. I thought they were wrong no matter what they said. And I was right, but I wasn't. You know what I mean? That's kind of being crazy, kind of. Maybe not maybe not in its full definition, but it's almost, it's a little wild. Oh, my ears, haha, yes, I love talking to my son. Yeah, I have talked my mom's ears off in the last, what, you would say probably about a month? In the last month, I've probably made your brain melt a little bit. Would you agree, Mom? Yes? No? Look at me, I'm looking for some confirmation. Mom! Confirmation?
What?
I'm looking for some confirmation. Would you agree?
I'm behind.
Yes, there's a little bit of latency in chat. I do understand that, you guys. So if you guys ask a question and I don't quite get to it, it's because there's latency on YouTube, and we understand that. There was a reason why I wanted to do YouTube. It was actually specifically because of the latency. Anyways, I was saying, Mom, I've probably over the last month, I've talked your ear off asking you questions about what's been happening around us for the last month.
God,
yeah,
probably
for about the last month.
And
she's just been trying to catch me up on what the current events have been. Mama Cuban, everybody. I don't know if you can hear it because, again, the AC.
The sound is fine.
Well, I don't know if they can hear you. I don't know if the microphone is picking you up. All right. But I was just making that statement. There's my doggy. Which one is this one? Cortana? Yeah, that's Cortana. My big dog. She's my emotional support animal is right there. Both of them, actually. Let's see. We've got... I lost my mind years ago, says Mike. We've covered you. Oh, my ears. Love the shirt. Yes, because this is true. As though it looks backwards on YouTube of what I'm looking at. But freedom is not free. And that's... I won't get into that topic yet. I have a plan for that, but not yet. Because, as I said, I can literally sit here and talk your ear off for days. Dragon, Mike Willis, would know this. He's known me for a very long time. He's known me in the military. He's known me after I've gotten out of the military, and I have yet to talk to him in my newfound self, but he knows me somewhat well. You rock, says Centronet. You rock, man. I appreciate you hanging out and listening. I really do. LOL, she's tuning you out now. So my mom? Nah, maybe. She had her headphones on because she was listening to my live stream on YouTube to hear me, because like I said, the AC is kind of loud. So now that's why she's over here. She's gonna go back over to her bed. I'm trying to catch up on chat, you guys. Love the shirt. It rings true. Yes, Slominski, it does. It does. It really does. And one day I do plan on maybe either making a video or maybe doing a live stream like this to maybe kind of talk about that a little bit more, because there's a lot of things that I've been looking at in its raw truest form in the news and what's been happening around the world, and in specifically I would say our country, but there are some things that I've noticed around the world. But mostly because I live in the United States. No offense to you, Mike. You live in the United Kingdom. I don't live there. I don't need to keep up with all of that stuff.
Mike said that I sounded clearer. Maybe move your microphone.
You sounded... you rock. Can you hear and see? B says can hear and see. Snowy says hi. Hi, Snowy. We can hear her. Hi, Mom. Hello. Mama Cuban says, oh, Dara, how you been? Haven't talked to you in well over a year. How have you been? I would love to hear more from you. Just because, like I said, I haven't talked to you in forever. Since being in your Discord, I have not been in the mental world. And Mama sounds clearer than I do. Okay, maybe it's because I'm too close. Actually, let me try to maybe turn this off for a moment, because the reason why I had it on is because it's been really hot in California, and B Silver would agree with me 100%. Okay, so hopefully that helps, the air being off, but hopefully I can manage the heat for a little while without starting to sweat my behind off.
Nobody heard the AC.
Nobody heard the AC? Well, I was hoping that they would be able to hear me better. I don't really need it. It's just music is what's playing in my ear. Thank you for saving our UHC. Oh, yeah, from that one time, Centronet, yeah. Good times, man. Good times, fun times, great times. Says nope. What are you thinking about? I have a feeling you have a question for me, and I will definitely answer it to the best of my ability. But the only incorrect question is the one that you don't ask. So anybody and everybody here, if you don't ask a question, that's the wrong one That's the wrong way to do things. You got to ask, otherwise you would never know about certain things. And that's how I've kind of felt with everything that's going on with current events. Is I kept asking why. Right, it felt like a child kept asking why, but it was very valid because it's the world that we live in, and I've got to know how to prepare not only myself but my son to come into this world. And a lot of parents, I'm sure, would agree with that. LOL, maybe too long, says Dragon. Maybe too long. What? I'm not sure what you mean. We've been going for 30 minutes. Maybe we elaborate a little bit more. What's up, Sissy? That's my Sissy right there, Daisy Kelly. That's my. She's not the oldest sister, but she is older than me. She's, for lack of a better word, she's the middle child between my mom and my father, because my dad actually had more children that wasn't part of my mom, or that didn't come from my mom. Not hearing the AC, says B Silver. I can hear you, says Daisy. Tomorrow's supposed to be 89 degrees outside. Look, when I turned on the AC on the inside of this RV, it said 92 as soon as I turned it on. And I was like, yeah, it's definitely hot in here. Okay. So maybe it's 80 outside, but on the inside of this thing, it's collecting that heat in it. Happy birthday. Thank you, Sissy. Love you. I do. I'm going to send you this package soon. Okay. Today I wasn't able to get to it. I've just been busy. Mike's Dragon, Mike Willis, he says, known you too long. Maybe. But I mean, we grow as people, right? And as we grow, there's certain people that we, I don't know, like to continue to talk to because they hold certain values that we also hold as in our own selves, if that makes any sense. Hi, Sissy Daisy, says B Silver. LOL. Lola J, how's it going? One has to go: McDonald's, Burger King, Taco Bell, or White Castle. Which one? So I have to pick one out of the what? 1, 2, 3, 4? One has to go? If you honestly, if I only could pick one, I would be distraught because I would literally get rid of all of them. I would get rid of all of them because the type of food that they serve is not good for any human. Because all the food that they have is not good for any human being to consume because the food is it's got so much stuff in it that's not really good for your digestive system. But if I had to pick one, I would say McDonald's. That's the one I hate the most. I think I've had White Castle once, but nothing to really kind of determine whether or not I like it or dislike it to the extent that it should be gone or not. Yes. But I would say McDonald's is probably the absolute worst out of those four. Elder Mike says Taco Bell. Lola Jace laughters. Funny emoji. True story, a woman saved a McDonald's burger in its original wrapping for 30 years. She did not keep it in the refrigerator. Yes, I've seen this before. It was in her closet. She ate it, and it tasted fine. Didn't get sick. Wow. See, that's case in point, right? Now, I'm almost certain that almost any fast food chain like that would almost be the same thing. It's kind of a biased experiment too. Some would say, if you actually do the research on it, what scientists would say, this and that, kind of the defense. You got to look at both sides of the coin. There's always never one story. You always got to look at both sides of the coins. That's what I've been doing. I would say over the last few months, as I've been looking at both sides of a coin on a lot of the things that's been happening in the U.S., the United States of America, for the most part. Let's see. Fake food. Bye, Taco Bell, says CentraNet. Hey, I love Taco Tuesday, okay? Fake food, says Butler. Yes, Dara, I would. Yes, essentially, it's fake food, and it's not really good for our human biology. No need McDonald's fries. No, I need McDonald's fries, dude. Look how much grease they use in McDonald's French fries compared to how much is actual potato. How much is actual potato? How much is not? I think the statistics you would find very interesting. I don't know what they are. I remember looking at them and I was like, wow. And that was just, I was like, something like I said, it's one of those things that I was like, no, I don't need McDonald's in my life because it's just not good for you no matter which way you look at it. Let's see. McDonald's is gross, says mom. My mom, Elizabeth, that's my mom, you guys. That's Mama Cuban. I'm trying to catch up. I say, but why White Castle? I say, buy White Castle. I mean, hey, it might be good. I've only remember eating there once, and I can't really say I remember it well. Lola just says, bye, Lola. I appreciate you hanging out in stream. Hopefully I don't know, made some sense. Now, it didn't sound crazy in all of my explanation. I like In-N-Out. I do like In-N-Out, Spider. I would agree with you. In-N-Out, I think, is good. I wouldn't say their fast food chain is probably as bad as Burger King or McDonald's, but I'm pretty sure they use preservatives in some of their foods to keep things tasting as good as it does, right? That there's got to be some kind of preservatives. Preservatives in it alone, as we use them in our food, is not healthy for you. Any human, and every medical doctor would say that. Almost every medical doctor would say that. There's some weird ones out there. Not to say they're right or wrong. Both sides of coins, balanced view. Yes, you always got to have a balanced view. I might talk about that a little bit more. Let's go. Both sides of a coin. R2D2, 3CPO. One has to go. Oh, one has to go. R2D2 or 3C3PO.
C3PO.
That's a tough one.
C3PO.
Well, without C3PO, there a lot of the R2D2 says would not necessarily be funny, because 3CPO is the translator. If you get rid of one, you can't, because they're a duo. If you get rid of one, you're essentially getting rid of the other. So no matter which way you look at it, you get rid of 3CPO, you don't know what R2D2 is saying. You get rid of R2D2, 3CPO can't be funny. Okay, so I feel like I can't answer that question accurately until I do a little bit more research on it to maybe give some more validity to what it is that I'm saying. Hopefully that makes sense. Let's see. McDonald's fries are fantastic, but only in the first 5 minutes. Once they get cold, it's over. Agreed. Do you want potato with your salt? Yes. Salt, oil, and preservatives. Remember, there's a lot more into it than what meets the eye or what meets your taste buds. I'm not trying to be rude. Oh, who's being rude? No, you said bye, and I think I started telling you bye because I thought you were leaving chat. So if you're gonna hang out, Lola, that's why we were saying we weren't trying to be rude. I'm still here. Okay, you're still here. There we go. BK for burgers, McDonald's for fries. I have actually had that ideology once. Centranet. I've actually done that at one point because I would agree with you, but again, I got to a point where I was like, you know what, fast food just needs to completely come out of my diet because I don't feel better as a being, I guess, in my own health. My health just seems to just drop just by eating that stuff more often than not. Hopefully that makes some sense. Centranet. Sorry, I thought you said bye. Ha, she was making a correction on her. Oh, on the chat. Okay, yes, says Smolinski. Burger King, great for burgers. Apologies, no worries. I'm glad everybody can get along. That's the whole point of this. Look, it's just we're just having a chit-chat and discussion, and I appreciate that everybody. I feel like my hair keeps... I know, it gets hot. It's getting hot already. You gonna turn it back on? Go ahead, Mom. Some of you guys see the whole shaking. I live in an RV. Yes, it was kind of a necessary evil.
Okay, I can't read the button.
But just hit the red button. That's the power button, Mom.
This one? I can't. I don't remember.
Yeah, that's the power button. There you go. Okay, so agreed. Hold on. Apologies. Agreed. C3PO goes. I'm keeping R2D2. C3PO can translate, which is cool, but R2D2 is cuter.
Tell him about.
Okay, I would agree. I haven't gotten there. I'm catching up on chat, Mom. Calm down. People were asking me questions, and I said I would answer. That's what I'm doing. C3PO did have a wicked sense of dry humor. Not by himself, though. When he was by himself, yes. It was kind of like, he's funny, but when R2D2 and C3PO get together, I'm sorry, they're a perfect match. They just are. And like you said, you agree with me. I'm not disagreeing. I'm just kind of explaining further. Everybody, so it's Star Wars. It's awesome. I love StarArs. Me and my son, we watched the whole trilogy, I would say last month. Super Size Me came out in 2004, and very little has changed. Yes, that is I watched that. I did watch that. I could not believe... Actually, I could believe what it was showing us, or showing the audience. It was just a little much to be seen all at once. 3 kids. Hold on. I think I Supersize Me. One has to go. Skynard, Skinnerd, Zeppelin, Grand Funk, and the Stones. Leonard Skinner? Oh, Leonard Skinner. I don't know. I'm not sure what Grand Funk is, so I'm going to say Grand Funk. That's my answer. I don't know. I'm not sure if that's the band, if that's their name. I don't know if you're talking about like a type of music, but I would say Grand Funk, just because I don't know what it is. 3 kids, sometimes fast food is the only way to avoid Armageddon. Yes, I agree with that in some cases, CenturyNet. But again, okay, let me put it into a different perspective for you. And this is just my viewpoint, and I'm not saying you're wrong. I agree with you, okay, CenturyNet, but this is my viewpoint. You got to gather all the kids up, get them in the car. That takes time. Because we're counting time. We're all looking about time efficiency, right? To keep Armageddon from happening. We need to do something now. We need to do something quick, right? So you got to gather the kids up in the car, whatever. Maybe they're already in the car. Then you got to decide, okay, where's McDonald's? You got to find it. It's not usually right around the corner. Sometimes it is. But you go to McDonald's. Then you wait in line. Then finally you get to the speaker box and they ask you what you want to order. And you order. And then you wait again. Because probably this is about lunchtime, probably dinner time or breakfast, where everybody's hungry. Because we all work and operate in a systematical manner where breakfast is in the morning, lunch is at noon, dinner is at sometime after 5 o'clock. Essentially. Of course, everybody has their own views and they do things differently, but that's for the mainstream part of it. Anyways, like I was saying, so you go through the drive-thru, you get this food, everybody's eating, and everybody's happy. But is it really worth the sacrifice of going home and doing the same thing and cooking a 5-minute meal? Essentially, when you start looking at the time, maybe it does take a little bit longer, just a little bit longer to cook food at home. But if you cook food at home, it saves you money, it's healthier for you and your children, and all around you feel better in the long run. That's just my opinion. Again, I could be wrong, but that's just my opinion. And I don't know, it'd be something that I would say would be worth maybe to try. Maybe you have, maybe you haven't, I don't know, but I would say maybe try it at least once. Maybe you might find something to be of value into that. Anyways, let's go back a little bit because I know I went on this whole tangent and I was talking about what CenturyNet was saying. Spiderweb Ninja says, thanks, TNC. Been great to catch up. I have to go serve my family dinner now. Maybe you can come back if you're still on. Probably not going to spend that much time on here, Spider. If you do come back and you want to watch back, I do appreciate you watching back. But yes, I agree. Cooking dinner for the family and making them dinners is ultimately, I think the better result. Even though, yes, I know it can be difficult. Life is difficult. Ben on Willis? I'm not sure. Wheels. Ben on Wheels? Says Mike, does he look like wheeled bin as in trash can? What? Are you what? Maybe I am. I don't know. Hey, maybe I do look a little crazy. Thank you. I want you to tell me if I look crazy. How else am I supposed to know if I'm crazy or not if somebody doesn't tell me? I mean, I've been down a road and I've been in crazy, and even then so, it's like, hey, how do I know if I'm crazy? Well, I'm going to need some kind of confirmation from somebody. Let's see. I think we're going to have to kind of skim through things real quick. Mike says, R2D2 is a wheelie bin. Okay. One has to go. Hotel, bed, and breakfast. Airbnb. Hotels, they're dirty. They're dirty. They're just disgusting in comparison to an Airbnb. I've been in an Airbnb, and they always keep it clean. You go to a hotel, and maybe it's clean, maybe it's not. It's almost like comparing Uber with a taxi driver. Taxi drivers, of all the ones that I've been in California, the cars are dirty inside and out. In Uber, they're a heck of a lot cleaner inside and out. It's kind of the same scenario. Never saw Super Size Me. Should. It's a good one. Grand Funk Railroad is a band. I say the Stones get the boot. No, you can't get rid of those. Rolling Stones are a big part of history, in my opinion. Bye, Spiderweb Ninja. Thank you for coming by. They're a band. Grand Funk is a good one-hit wonder. Somebody send me a link. Mike, send me a link, man. I'll definitely be interested. B, you guys have me on Discord. You guys are in my Discord. I would love to know maybe a little bit more. Send me a link and I'll watch it. And it's information, something I'm learning. I'm learning a lot of new things right now, and I want to learn more. So please, by all means, keep giving me things to learn. Whoa. Okay, hold on. My chat went a little weird. because I'm scrolling through it. Hungry, angry, hangry, angry. I'm not sure what that is, but okay.
Angry. You're hungry and you're angry.
Hungry and angry. Yes, that's what happens. Yes, I'm cooking right now. It's a set. I didn't mean to make you cook, but I promise you, I think it's a better result. My son's mom is calling me, ladies and gentlemen. Just give me one moment. I don't know how to mute this thing. Well, you guys will hear my conversation because I'm not sure how to mute YouTube. Hello. I'm live. I figured out where the mute button was. Okay, so that was just my son's mom. I asked her to pick up my son from the after-school program so that way I could talk to you guys. Jagger has been way overrated. I don't think so. It was great in its time, and maybe some radio stations might have overplayed it, but that's not to say it isn't still a great song in its original form. I don't think so. I have 3, and I am Armageddon, says Daisy. Agreed, right? See? What mom says goes. I don't care how much of a fit you're going to throw. That's how I am with my son. You can throw a fit as much as you want. We start dinner early. Yeah, well, we start dinner about 4:30 in our house to try and have it done by 5. Sometimes it goes beyond that. Sometimes it goes way beyond that if we start a little bit later. But that's usually the goal. Let's see. One has to go. Mohawks, mullets, man buns. I had a mullet when I was a kid. Okay, and I don't hate them. I don't like to have one, but I mean, you know what? That would be the one to go. It's outdated, just to simplify it. Mohawks, I don't see a problem with it. It's still in today's time. Mullets, yes, are still in today's time, but I think they're outdated. Man buns, I mean, I don't ever wear a man bun. I just put mine in a ponytail. Either that or I let it down and then it gets crazy. I don't want to let it down because then I got to put it back up, and it's a lot of work sometimes. Let's see. Well, okay, so I think I'm losing my place because I keep getting behind. Hotels are gross. He was referring to R2-D2. Miley Cyrus has a mullet. Trash can I ever seen. The fanciest trash can. Sorry, one had to go. You sound like a person who knows. I just have a lot of opinions. I wouldn't say I know everything, but I try to educate myself as much as possible, especially with being lost literally for almost a year. Essentially, that's how I felt when I was going through all the stuff that I was going through. I was lost in this world for almost a year. Almost. One has to go. Clowns or mimes. Clowns, but only because my sister's scared of clowns. My oldest sister, not Daisy Callie here. Dara is the smartest person I know. Yeah, I would agree. I think Dara does, as many times as she has commented, every time she does, if I'm sorry, I don't mean to assume. I really don't mean to. If I remember correctly, though, right? Anyways, when she did comment on my videos when we were when I was part of Truly Bedrock and all that stuff, she always had an intellectual comment, a smart comment, nothing like hi, or nothing too simple. She always made sense in what she said, to summarize it. Since COVID, hold on, this one's a good one, I guess. Mullets, one has to go. Clown. Dara is the smartest. Okay, since COVID, my family has had more restaurant food than in the last decade. Boy, I'm tired of it all. I would say I've had more home-cooked food. But I've always, like I said, I've made that decision before the coronavirus even hit with fast food and eating out. You had a mullet, question mark? Yes. I guess if I could find that photo, I would show it to you, but the last time I saw a photo of me in a mullet was, that had to have been, I wouldn't say 10 years ago. It's a long time ago since I've seen that photo. Mimes? Yes. Did your mom give it to you? Oh, no, my dad actually wanted me to wear a mullet. My mom didn't. My mom and my dad were separated when I was a child. So when I was a child, when I was younger, I primarily lived with my father, and he's the one who wanted me to have a mullet. My father is Cuban. My mom is born in New Orleans, Louisiana. For all case and purposes, she's a white girl. This guy, I think we need a ban.
Mike asked a really good question.
Remove. I'm trying to ban this person, not remove the comments. Hide user. Seem to be not really saying anything of use. Did I get that right? Okay. I'm going down. Did mom give it to you? No. Mr. T has the best dang mohawk ever. Yes, I would agree. I have number 3 on the razor all over, as anything else is too much work. I'm not sure what that means. Maybe I'm just reading it too quickly. So it's just my fault, Mike. I'm just trying to get through everything real quick. Clowns are creepy. Mimes are annoying. Yes, we'll see. My sister, my oldest sister, has always been scared of clowns because of the movie It. So that's why I say clowns. No other reason why. One has to go Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts. Dunkin' Donuts. I like Starbucks too much to get rid of it. What you thinking of doing in the next year on your videos and your streams, says Mike. Okay, so we're going to take a pause there, right? Because this is a very good, actually, topic. It was one of the things I wanted to talk about. So if I don't get to your comments, we might have to do some catch-up, okay? So yes, my mom confirmed what I said. She's a white girl. One has to go. I have to run, dude. Good to see you. You are missed. I miss YouTube. I do. I miss YouTube, but I want to come back at it right, with the right mindset, to make sure I'm not crazy. I don't want to be seen as a crazy person on TV, because I didn't like that part of me. I'm happy with you. Happy birthday. Thank you. Sports cars, Starbucks, muscle cars rule. Okay, so we're going to stick, like I said, we're going to go back to that pen. Mike, you asked a very good question. What are you thinking of doing in the next year on your videos and your streams? I'm not 100% sure right now what it is that I'm doing, and I'm saying this because this is why I wanted to do this on YouTube with this live stream and have this conversation with people. Hopefully I don't go too long, because my son's going to be, my son's going to be here soon. And once my son gets here, then we'll end stream at that point. This way I don't keep talking to you guys forever.
Okay, get on with it.
I needed some water, okay? Talking makes your mouth dry. So in my YouTube channel, I've been wanting to do some changes. I don't want to necessarily get rid of Minecraft completely. I love Minecraft for all intended purposes, but there's going to be some changes. Mike, I will update you on it as I know. I promise you. I'm not going to leave you out of the loop, okay? I promise I want you to leave you out of the loop. But essentially, I'm not sure how I want to go about it. I am building something right now. Mom, I got a notebook. Me and my mom are working on it. She's helping me out to make sure I'm not insane, make sure I'm not crazy. Just to kind of maybe show you guys, there's not a lot of information on it. But I've been making notes. Maybe you can see there's stuff written. You just can't see what it says, which is what I want. I don't want you to see what it says. But I've been making notes. I'm rebuilding my channel right now. The problem that I'm kind of running into right now is not necessarily building it but when do I want to implement this, and I'm not quite sure yet, because I'm not getting rid of Minecraft, like I said, but there is definitely going to be some changes, some noticeable changes. Like I said, you may not realize it, but you're the one who kind of gave me these ideas. As I said in Discord earlier, thank you for the idea. So that's what I'm working on right now. Rebuilding what I have, and I think everybody would be able to like it, because right now there's a lot of you here hanging out with me right now, and this is why I want to make this something different, because I realize with creating YouTube that the tool that I use best for my own mental sanity, being my ADHD, is my voice. People of all the time in my Dara, I think you've even said something. And Centronet has even said something that I have a great voice. And I always understood that, but I guess I never understood it to its full extent. And B, you had actually, when you sent me some of the DMs that you sent me, had opened up that window to make me look through that perspective and kind of get these ideas. Okay, just to kind of maybe put things up into a perspective. So what are my plans? Well, if you guys don't know, currently I do live in an RV. I've said that maybe a couple of times during this conversation. It's not where I want to live. Nobody, well, maybe I would if I was by myself, but in a family and trying to raise a family is very difficult. Like, I got 2 big dogs. You see these? They're big dogs. Right here where I'm talking, where the camera is, that's my wall. This, in the RV, is not very big. It's not very big, okay? And I'm trying to buy a house. So staying in the RV is kind of a necessary evil because it's helping me save money to buy a house. I'm buying a house in Colorado. A lot of you kind of know this already from my Discord, but YouTube does not. So this is all news. I'm buying a house, you guys, and this is exciting for me. It's why I've kind of haven't been around on Discord and at all on YouTube, was mostly because of my back. Because I've been busy trying to look and do research on houses, as well as trying to catch up on current times. That's been a handful. It's been more than a handful. But yeah, those are the plans. Essentially I'm thinking right now I will probably start implementing a lot of things as once I make this move. Now, I don't know when I'm going to move because I haven't bought a house yet. I'm buying a house, and the process can take months. So I'm hoping by June, July, the latest is August. I'm hoping. Hopefully it doesn't go beyond that before I actually move. So to kind of maybe put into time frame on things, it's maybe for a year from when I have my back surgery, maybe that's when I'll buy a house. Everything seems to be serendipitous that I've started to become sane again, if you will, because I did go mentally insane. I went to the hospital for it. Slominski, thank you. I can't ignore that one. I can't ignore that one. Thank you. All right, so I'm going to pause. I'm glad you're doing better, Cuban, and don't have as much pain as you did. The last time I saw you on Twitch, I really appreciate your content. Always got your 6. Appreciate it, man. Slominski, I want to ask you a question real quick. I want to say it kind of feels like maybe you've had some kind of experience, military experience. Correct me if I'm wrong. You've never, I don't know remember if you've actually told me you did or not, but I want to say that I feel like you have had some kind of military experience. So I don't know, maybe not. Just curious. But then again, like I was saying, I do have plans to bring YouTube back. All case and purposes, I do have plans. If you guys want to know more, definitely hit me up in my Discord. Join the Discord, Mike, if you wouldn't mind throwing a link out there, or anybody who's capable. But yeah, definitely join the Discord. I'm going to try to keep up with Discord. That's where I kind of keep my current events with what's going on with me and my channel and so on, and so forth. So if you guys are curious about it, definitely go back into joining my Discord. And you guys will know more what's going on as it happens, because like I said, I'm trying to make a plan, but it's not fully formed yet. All case and purposes. Thank you, Marcus. I saw your message, and you know what? That is a topic that I do want to talk about. And I hope, yes, you know what? I see your DMs right now, Marcus, and I'm not going to mention what you have stated. That is a topic that I do want to bring up, so I would encourage you to subscribe and hit the bell notification by all means, and even join my Discord if you have any further questions, which you've been sending me Discord messages. Okay? So let's see. We'll see if I can catch up on chat, because I know we got behind a little bit.
No, not really.
No? Okay, so my mom says we're good, so we're just going to, right here, I'm just going to read what we've got. Justin, Slominski, you sent me a message. I much appreciated you. Thank you. I don't know how else to thank you anymore, man, but I really do appreciate it. Duncan does a lot for the communities. That I didn't know. Thank you, Sissy. I appreciate it. I didn't know they did a lot for the community. Who's to say Starbucks doesn't do stuff for the community? I don't know. I haven't done any research on it. I'd be maybe inclined to know more about it. We could talk about it on another day. I know Starbucks has great benefits for their people. Everybody has a pro and con, right? And the world that we live in, there's a necessary evil that everybody has to recognize. You can never get rid of the evil in the world. Some of it, and a lot of it, is actually necessary. So there's always good and there's always bad. But we always strive to make sure that there's always more good than bad. We can always do better, essentially. Am I mad? No, I'm not mad. I am not mad. I am the happiest person in the world right now, because I have been able to validate my sanity with people and find out that I'm not going crazy with some of the some of the research that I've been doing over the last few months about what's happened over the last year. Now is a great time to buy. This is my personal opinion. I am not a financial advisor. I have no idea. But in my personal own opinion, I would say it is not. But again, that's just my own personal opinion. I have a lot of reasons why, but I would not necessarily say take my advice. I was just saying in my personal opinion, okay? Now is a great time to buy. Weird Kid, DM Cuban, he maybe can help if you need it. I think I got a DM from Marcus. I don't know, Marcus, if you're a Weird Kid or not. Well, go Duncan. As I think of it, they have a foundation and give grants. Oh, really? Wow, it's news to me. I didn't know that. Thanks, Mike, for the Discord. Slominski, dude. Dragon, come on, dude. Okay, hold on. I will get to you, Dragon, and I appreciate it. Slominski, very true. I told you one time, a long time ago, while you were streaming with Jesse B, when I was trying to join your realm. Oh, okay. So yeah, I couldn't remember, and I'm sorry I couldn't remember. It's just, a lot's happened, man. Really a lot. But the way you talk like you from military background. One of my hold on, I'll show that one because I'm not sure. It didn't seem like anything bad. Another favorite saying: sweep around your own front door before you try to sweep around mine. M-I-N-E, as in a land mine. If that's what you meant, I don't know. Maybe fix what you got in your own house before you try to fix, my house. I get it. But if that's maybe what you were meaning.
Yeah.
Mike Willis says, hope for the best in buying a house. If you're trying to play some this weekend, I'd be down for anything once again. Happy birthday, man. We'll see, because this weekend I'll be with William. I'll have my son this weekend, so I don't know. I want to make sure for all intents and purposes, that I'm being the best father that I can be and spending as much time with my son as needed. Yes, Lola. This saying changed my life. Never cry about the same thing twice. No, but don't forget where you come from. You always have to remember what has happened in order to continue moving into what is about to happen, if that makes sense. This is a saying. Thanks, Dragon. You're welcome. I have found that some cries last for years, but when it's done, it's done. Yeah, that brings up a good point. Last night I was talking to my sister about a couple of things, and I couldn't help myself but start breaking down and crying, which tells me that I stopped actually taking a lot of the medication that the doctors were prescribing me when my back was as bad as it was and I couldn't handle the pain. I stopped taking medication, but I'm still feeling some of the long-term side effects. And I know I am, and it's kind of what caused me to break down and start crying in front of, at least I was happy I was in front of my sister, not on a live stream. I knew it was going to happen. I had a feeling it was going to happen, and I was glad it happened when it did. But yeah, I mean, no, you're right. There's no point in crying about the same thing twice. Cry about it, and then figure out how to make it better. I have found that, yeah, some cries do last for years, yes. You are. Weird Kid, you verified you are Marcus. Okay. We'll talk more. Hold on. Chat. It's like I scroll, and then it moves, and then I got to find my place again. I am Marcus, 100% M. Hearts. Thanks, Weird Kid. Another treasured saying, the best lesson taught is taught the hard way. I would maybe disagree on that into some sense. I would agree with it, but I also disagree with it. You're welcome. Hi. Never complain, never explain, Queen Mother. I would agree with you on that saying. I would disagree with you on that saying for a very real reason within my own world is, again, I have ADHD. And in order for me to keep myself from being distracted almost in every instance and to stay on topic when I'm talking about something, I verbalize literally what I'm saying, or I say what it is I'm thinking as I'm thinking it, which it can be dangerous because you could accidentally say something offensive and not mean to. As that is a chance I'm willing to take because it's worth it for me to be able to use my voice to think, because that's what I'm doing. I use my voice to think. As crazy as that sounds. Welcome to Thailander. Did I? No, I don't think I even said that right. MC56, welcome. Appreciate you joining stream. You're probably jumping in right almost towards the end of something that I've been talking about. I encourage you, if you want to know more, go back. Definitely go back. Great topics, I would say. Great discussion that I've had about this last year in my personal experience. Oh yes, you can cry, but not twice. Yeah. Well, you can cry twice, but not. There's no point in it. You will feel them for years. Take my word for it. And you may be right, Mike. And I think I feel like I can recognize them when it happens. The side effects. You know what I mean? Because I don't know. I kind of have a somewhat of an unfortunate familiarity with the side effects that I had to overcome when going through this experience. T-Lander, says my mom.
T-Lander and NC50.
Okay, so I'm gonna show this message that you put up, Lola, just because you know what, you showed it, and you're willing to share it. I'm okay with it being shared. It does have some very sensitive information in it, but since you were willing to share it on live, I'm gonna share it, okay? Because it did ask me because of some of the things that you said. I am a survivor of child abuse and many tragedies. I hang my hat on that I hang my hat on that personally. If you keep crying, you're not moving forward, then you're done.
Yep.
Okay, so Lola, I think we see eye to eye on a lot of things. Probably, if I was to put a political term with it, I would say we were both conservatives. And probably a Republican. Not that I'm saying you are. I'm just saying that's probably that's how I see it right now. It's why we don't drive looking in the rearview mirror. No, because you have to keep moving forward. I like that one. You never drive looking in the rearview mirror, because you have to keep looking forward, not backwards. But not to say that you don't need to look back. There needs to be maybe a little bit more to that saying. Nothing will change if you do not complain and explain at least once as part of communication. Communication is a very key point in life for everybody, every human being. If you really think about it, how we communicate as people, every creature on this earth, for the most part, is some sort of animal or creature. But humans, we separate ourselves from animals for a couple of different reasons. But one I would say is because of communication. We have the ability and the brain power to actually communicate with one another and talk about the things that we are thinking. Dogs don't necessarily have that ability, but they do have an ability to communicate with emotions. So that's what separates us from the animal kingdom. That's one of many factors. Got you. You verbalize your thought process. Yes, I do. Very much so. And a lot of times, even though I'm confused, I verbalize it so that way I can make sense to it for myself and for the person that I'm talking to. Even my son, I actually had a minor conversation with my son when I was dropping him off at the after-school program, and I was talking to him, and I was making sure he was understanding what I was saying, because I was making things more complicated, because it was just my thought process. And he goes, "Dad, I understand what you're telling me, but you made that really complicated." And I said, "I know, and I'm sorry, but that's just how Dad thinks." Let's see. You verbalize a thought process. I learned to drive only using the rearview mirror. Well, that's because you were a truck driver, Mom. Right? But explaining is not the same to me as offering freely. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Maybe I just don't understand it. Say the letter T, then Lander. T-Lander. 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 That sounds like something else, and I can't quite put my finger on it. I'm writing with you. No problem to share. Yeah, Duncan, just don't advise it. I'm mad. Don't be mad. Get glad. No, I'm just kidding. It's commercial, right? But it's almost true in a life sense. Don't get mad. Get glad. Look at life in a better view, because being mad is not going to solve a problem. I tell this to my son almost all the time. You're welcome, Zer. XURR. Oh, hello, Zer. Sorry, I might have missed you. Hello, welcome to stream. I appreciate you stopping by. I would encourage you to go back and look at from the beginning, because I had a lot to talk about over this last year in my own personal experience, and I have a lot more to talk about. But that's not going to happen in this stream. Just so if you want to know more, definitely hit the bell notification, definitely subscribe, and I hope to see you either in Discord or maybe in my next live stream or in my next YouTube video that I do plan on making, just not sure as to when, because of everything that I've said previously. I've buried a lot of people to survive and ultimately to thrive. It's harder to bury the living than the dead. I agree. To just make things simpler. How are you guys doing tonight? Doing great. Having a great day. Today is my birthday. I turned 34 years old and I am still young. I don't care what anybody says. Son wants to tell me I'm old, crazy kid. Hugs, lots of hugs. Thank you, sissy. Love you too. I mean, when people put us in the position to explain ourselves, for me, that is not okay. That brings up a very valid point that I don't want to bring up in stream today. That is a great topic. Lola, please, I encourage you to subscribe. I think you will like the content that I'm going to be bringing to YouTube. I really do. Okay? Just subscribe. Even if you don't hit the notification, at least subscribe. So that way when you see my next video, you're like, oh, TNC is starting to put his YouTube channel back in place again. I think you'll like what I have to say. If I ever need to talk to you, you can always give me a bell any time of the day. I know, Mike. I know. And I'm going to. You're going to be the first person I talk to about everything. About the changes and why I'm getting there. I wanted to kind of talk to the people that I could talk to personally, because like I said, in the beginning of this stream, I not only communicate with my words, but I communicate with my emotion and my body. I use body language a lot. As you guys can tell, I'm a very handsy person when I'm talking. Let's see. Otis is, and I'm glad to see you are thriving. It is important to eliminate toxic people. Well, it's not just toxic people, but just a toxic environment. Zer says, I am subbed. I'll join the Discord later tonight. Also, thank you, man. Or women, I'm not sure. Zer, just thank you. And I would love to talk to you more. Essentially for me, I'm validating my sanity right now, because I'm still recovering. I really am. And I would love to validate my sanity with more people than what I've been close to. More than just family and friends. Because, hey, if you say I'm crazy, maybe I am. Something for me to think about. Elizabeth, thanks, Mike. Hold on, my chat just moved. I lost my place. Dang it. No, I'm not old, Mike. You're old. You're not yet halfway to the 70 next year. LOL. Thanks, B. Happy birthday. You're still young. And thank you. Thank you, Dara. Thank you. I have subbed and smashed the heart. Thank you. You know, like I said, I think you'll really enjoy what I'll be bringing to the table as in YouTube. Over here in the UK, we are finally getting warm weather. It's amazing. Well, we're getting warm weather over in California, so much so that I had to turn the AC on today. I have air conditioning on. It's so hot today. Let's see. Careful there, elder. Some of us are old. B, you're not old. Oh, you said old, LOL. You're not old, B. I don't care what you're experienced, but I would not say you were old. Love your daughter. Love you, daughter, says my mom. You are very expressive. It's comforting. I'm glad I can be comforting. That's essentially my goal. When I speak, because I know I speak my mind, I don't want to come off offensive, and I want to try to make sure that the setting that I create for, you know, me making a conversation, I want to make sure it is comforting. And again, I don't come off offensive by saying what it is that I'm thinking. People are too sensitive, too easily offended. Maybe I would. Maybe I don't know if I would agree with that to its full validity, just because everybody has a right to their own opinion. And if you're offended, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with feeling offended with what somebody says. But again, one thing that I learned as a child is sticks and stones may break my bones, but your words will never hurt me. And that's my viewpoint. I'm still working through. Sorry, I keep clicking in the microphone. I'm trying to think. Still working through being easily offended. We all are. Every day, it's ultimately every day is a fight within our own selves. Tongue twister. Can you say this 3 times fast? Can you say this 3 times fast? Can I say this 3 times fast? I don't know how fast you want me to say it. Oh, how can a clam cram in a clean cream can? No, I can't do that. My mouth is too dry. I've been talking too much. I'm older than your mom. We've already had this discussion, B. I think I found your channel from MC Seed Video. I actually started a 2-month project building a massive cliff city on it. Oh, I love that video. And I love the maps that you could build, or the building ideas that you could build on those maps. I'm glad you found that useful. Like I said, I'm not getting rid of Minecraft. I'm just going to be going a little bit of a different direction. Hold on. UK had 2 days of summer. That's it for the year. I'm just young at heart. Wish the body felt the same. Yeah, I agree with you on that one, B. Hey, look, I was in the military. That beat my body down, and I wish I felt as young as I am. TNC 34 Mike, 32 B, and Mama's still younger at heart, so they win. LOL. This seems like a really nice community. Can't sleep tonight, so I'm definitely gonna stay here. LOL. Well, one second. I need some water. So for the most part of the community that we have in Discord, everybody seems to for the most part, everybody seems to operate on the United States time. Mike operates on the UK time, and I think there's a couple others, but I don't know. Mike doesn't seem. Nobody really talks to Mike much during the UK day. So if you definitely want to have a good community and it's somebody to talk to, Mike is awesome. If you like Mike, if you like me, you'll like Mike. Because everybody wants to be like Mike. Sorry, it's one of those commercials that. One more tongue twister. 77 benevolent elephants.
Can't even say it once.
77 benevolent. No, I can't. Yeah, just once is hard enough. Sorry you're not able to sleep. Glad you're here with us. B Silver says, Jay, I always tongue twisted trying to say Toy Story. I would say a lot of people sometimes, even me in a lot of cases, can get just Toy Story, just twisted. I actually had a theory about this, and I was talking to my mom about it. I said, I think as we get older, we learn more words, and because we know so many words, we get confused with all of them. And we get them mixed up. That's my theory. And as you get older and you learn more words, it just gets worse. My mom agreed with me with my theory. I just found this channel on a random search of lives, and I love the people here. I'm glad. I'm glad you found it useful. And this is what I like about YouTube so much. Is it actually grows a community of like-minded people. Essentially, is the way I see it. Saying Toy Story tongue twists, yeah. Remember, you can only prevent forest fires, says, yeah, only you, yourself, your own person, can prevent any kind of catastrophic event from happening. Again, that kind of goes with be the change that you want to see. In my viewpoint. No, Mike operates on a 24/7 time schedule. Almost certainly, yes. He's always awake and there. We love Mike and you. Thanks, B. B, we love you too. Maybe Mike hasn't said that, but I think I could speak freely for him in this case. That we both love you too, B. We do.
I love him too.
My mom says she loves you too, Mike. And B. It comes out, Toy Story. Finally, yeah, at some point it does. Fascinating, haha. We'd love to troll TNC. There's a bit of difference of love for me than there is for TNC. They say memory changes as we get older. Our memory for details wanes.
Yeah, it goes away.
Oh, goes away. I would think weans away,
No.
but symbolic memory improves dramatically. I'm not. Do you understand what that means? Symbolic memory, Mom? I'm trying to get a faster response. So I'm not saying you definitely, by all means, give me the definition because I'm not sure what you meant by that. Symbolic memory, like something that always stays in your mind no matter what you experience throughout your life. Is that what you mean by symbolic memory? Something that stands out, essentially, something you will never forget. People create the environment that they live in. Yes. Nope. Not weans, but wanes. I'm wondering if I meant if the word meant kind of the same as I defined it, like wean away, like kind of slowly dissipate. I'm not sure what the word means. This is why I'm asking. I think I'm caught up. I think I'm caught up. So if you guys have any other questions, we're going to be cutting it close to the end. I think I'm going to probably shut it down at an hour and a half. Probably because my son's going to be walking through the door fairly soon. And the dogs are going to go crazy. So maybe this is a good place that we can stop. And maybe some of the things that I've said you guys can maybe evolve more of a thought on. And I would encourage that. The world it's crazy, but honestly, in the big scheme of things, there is more good in the world than there is bad. And I truly believe that, wholeheartedly, that there is a lot more good in this world than there is bad. Maybe think about that. Yes, I know a lot of times by its face value, it doesn't seem that way, but really think about that. This goes for everybody in chat. I think you understood it correctly. Hold on. Let me go back. I think I might have missed something. People create the environment. Yes, Daisy. Oh, B says, you're saying, I think, yes. I think I do. I just wanted to make sure. It's, again, how I validate my sanity. Do I really understand it correctly? Because when I have gone crazy in the past, I didn't understand things correctly. Anyways, looks like everybody's saying bye. I'm getting some happy birthdays from my mom. So I think that's where we're going to leave it. I know I said a minute and a half, or an hour and a half. We're at an hour and 22 minutes, but maybe it's a good point to stop. Anyways, thank you guys all for stopping by. I'm glad you guys were here to listen to what I had to say. If you guys have any questions, concerns, comments, please, by all means, I encourage you to join my Discord and ask. I might not be able to answer right away because I am a father, full-time father. So it might take me some time to get to answering your questions, but by all means, like I said, do ask. Anyways, thank you guys. I will have a happy birthday because I am very happy today. Take care, and I'll catch you guys all on the flip side.